everybody, welcome to Country Girl with Kathy Jarvis. And today, it's September, middle of September, and let's look and see what the greenhouses are doing. This is the low greenhouse as you look at it when you first walk in. Tomatoes, I just got through harvesting, so there's nothing on them. But you see they're still doing really well. The po beans have taken off. They're not really producing as many beans as I would have thought they would at this time. And so we're just working with them. The turnips that we planted are coming up. And I got some beans coming up. Some peas. Okay. So I got peas and turnips in here. The celery is just about done. So that's doing okay. Kale's doing fine yet. Cucumbers have taken over. I've trimmed up a lot of them. I had to trim all these that were coming outside. Took a lot of stuff off, but I could not get to my peppers. And they were preventing the peppers from getting the air they needed. So I was still having a little bit of problem with the aphids. So I now have a path that I can walk through. Still have plenty of cucumber flowers, but it is September. I'm not even for sure if these flowers are going to have time to produce any more cucumbers. And again, I've had a lot of flowers, very little cucumbers out from this group. And I have no idea why. Same thing with the po beans. Lots of blooms, but I have very little crops. And this is the pile that I took off. And you notice there's a lot of blooms in there. But like I said, they were preventing me from getting to the peppers to harvest them. So I got those harvested. In the herb greenhouse, it's doing really well. The camper chair I was talking about that I pull out when I need it. Catnip's doing well. The sage is doing well, and the rosemary is doing well. I need to get out here and harvest the herbs and dry them, but not today. Today I'm working on peppers. This is the best little tomato patch I've had so far. The freezer is almost full of tomatoes from here. And the 42-day cherry tomatoes that I had. Really good with that. Peppers, like I said, I need to get out here and harvest them and get them in the freezer. And we got more tomatoes coming on. These were the little cherry tomatoes not cherry, but red currant. I planted them mainly for the birds, so I'm not really worried about that. Watermelon, I just never got around to getting out here and getting them on time. So some of them are rotted, most of them aren't any good. We had two, I think, that we used. They didn't have the sweet taste like they normally have. And butternut squash, I'm going to have to harvest these guys. They look like they're off the vine now. And I got two watermelons here that I need to get. The pumpkins died out earlier, so that patch has kind of been taken over by those red currant tomatoes. And same thing with the butternut squash. They had that drift or something, wherever it took them all out that one time, just wiped them out completely. So I'm going to have to get out here and clear all this off and decide what I'm going to do about this next year, whether I'm going to keep them here or whether I'm going to move them to a different location. They've been in this location for the last 4 years, so it might be time to move the patch over to here for next year, which I'm thinking about doing. And just that way it'd be farther enough that probably won't get a drift from anything, and I can just go in this area. So that is my plan for next year. need to get here and take care of the bee garden. It's time to chop some of these perennials back to the ground. My little flower garden is doing wonderful. It's time to come out here and harvest the seeds almost. They're not quite ready yet to harvest. Nope, they have to dry out more to harvest. Sunflowers, I can probably, if the birds haven't got them all, I should be able to harvest them. Nope, they're still damp yet too. So I need to wait. We had rain the other day, so I need to wait until those dry out. I was going to put my cantaloupes in this area last year, and they just did not do any good. They died out immediately, so I'm going to have to fertilize this area really good this fall so it'll be ready for this spring. Iris garden, I need to come back here and trim them down to 6 inches. This was supposed to be lima beans last year. They were old seeds, about 5 years old. I just wanted to see if they were going to do any good. They didn't. So I need to do this with, clean this area out. This is the Brussels sprouts. Haven't really started seeing any Brussels sprouts on the bottom of me. It just starting. So we got that. I planted carrots in here, but I do not see any carrots. We didn't get any rain for a long time, so hopefully now that rained, we'll get some carrots coming up. This was my fall planted cucumbers. They're just coming on. I didn't plant that many because I didn't know how they were going to do. I just wanted to kind of experiment with fall on them. So that's there. My okra plants, they have not done as well this year, and I have not been picking them like I should. I don't know why, but I just kind of forget about them, and I let them get tough like that before I come out here and pick them. The ideal time to pick a okra is when they're about this big and they're soft yet. When they get here, they start to get hard. You can push in on them and you hear a crunching sound. And here you can push in and it's nice and soft. So you want to keep them about that height, or this is ideal. So that's what's going on there. Blackberry patch, I need to clean that out. So much I need to do. Need to weed the strawberry patches. So cut back the asparagus. I need to cut that back. These were the little yellow pear tomatoes. Got a lot of them. I've been harvesting them. I'm just about done with them. They're not my favorite tomato, but I do plant them just to have a little variety. My second harvest of zucchinis are doing well. As you see, I got one there I can fix. I got one over there. So my first batch that I did in the spring, they gave me a good amount until the squash bugs and squash borer got into them. And as soon as they were done, I cleaned them out. I got a zucchini, little green zucchini down there. As soon as they were done, I went ahead and cleaned them out and planted the second harvest in. They said to plant lemon mint, a lemon balm in between them, and that would help keep the squash bugs away. Well, the lemon balm's doing really well, but it did not keep the squash bug away at that time. And this upright zucchini has really gone to town. I'm going to have a lot of them. I'm going to have to get out here and harvest these today. So that's what's going on in this area. And the sweet potatoes are doing well too. Now, in the big greenhouse, let's see what we got in here. We got more cucumbers. These have been trimmed back on this side, and most of them have been trimmed back on this side. I left these go just to see how they were doing. Pulled most of the corn stalks out. I still got a few pull out. If you remember correctly, the tomato trellis failed, so the tomatoes have spread out vine-like all over the place, and they have not produced very well at all. For one thing, it's hard to get to them to see what's going on, and it's kind of dangerous because I have all these little posts sticking out every which way, and it's hard to get to them. And I see plenty of blooms, but I don't see many tomatoes. And these are really good tomatoes. I have a few of them. They're the yellow brandywine. Very good tasting. And I'm really a bit disappointed that the trellis failed and I not getting many tomatoes themselves. So next thing I gotta do is get rid of these corn stalks out, get them out, and hopefully try to maybe cut some of the top these off so they concentrate on the blooms that are in here, because it is September. October we should be getting our first frost, and that will take these out, and then it's going to be a mess of cleaning up. Over here I have peppers, jalapenos that have turned red. I got some green ones. I need to get in here and harvest them also. My leeks are doing wonderful. I have my camping chair here, but you see the tomatoes have taken over on it. So I've got a lot to harvest yet, which I will be doing today and tomorrow and the next day. And I got this popcorn to clean out, which I have no idea what happened to the popcorn this year. It laid down. I pulled it back. You see where it laid down. I pulled it back up, shook it all the time like I was supposed to, but I have absolutely almost no popcorn. So luckily I've got some left from last year, so we have plenty of popcorn for this winter. But do what you do. And the green beans, these are Lacy Housewife green beans. They're doing really well. I've been harvesting them. I have to get out here and harvest them also again. And I still got a few tomatoes, those 42-day tomatoes that I'm actually just pulling up because I've got the freezer full of them. I don't need any more of them. So that is what the garden is looking like in middle of September. So I hope your garden has produced well, and I hope you've gotten a lot of produce off of it. And if yours is doing what some of mine are doing, just giving me plenty of blooms and not going any farther, let me know in the comments below. So remember, like, share, subscribe, dream big, follow that dream, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.